Welcome to the Best of Three podcast. I'm here with Jordan and Cam. So game 3 and 4 of the NBA Finals is concluded. Yeah. It's been a journey.
He laughs. Why'd you laugh?
Y'all got played off. We could have rebounded from that.
We could have, but he laughed.
So why? No, we could have just played off as if you were laughing at the game.
The first game, the first time y'all was talking about the game, you could have played it off, but then he was like, Caitlin was like talking about his name.
Alright, we start.
Okay.
We wasted 2 minutes.
Alright.
15.
Alright, here we go. Alright. Better posture than that.
Why?
So
That's how I usually start.
Alright, let's go.
Welcome to the Best of Three podcast. I'm here with Jordan and Cam. So game 3 and 4 of the finals included. Boston Celtics won game 3 and Mavericks was creamed up in game 4. Highest point differential in the last 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Game 3, Boston showed why they're going to win the championship in 5 games. They showed that they can get a lead. Same thing as game 1, really. Get a lead, hold a lead for the whole half, and then they fight. Get some adversity. Now Dallas actually showed up, especially with Luka in the absence. They actually performed without him. But then Boston came out and won the game. Game 4, it looked like the brake was off the pedal. The foot was off the pedal. They just were relaxing. They didn't really care about anything. They just wanted to be there, get done with it, and go celebrate. It wasn't that mentality that Joe Mazzulla was trying to preach. I know y'all heard about the videos of Joe Mazzulla showing them UFC fighters getting chokeholds, and then it's you either win or you lose. You either get the chokehold and do taps out or faints, or the other way around where the guy fights because his back's against the wall. And clearly they just let loose. They just lost.
I mean, my biggest takeaways from game 3 was Luka's poor defensive game. I mean,
Right.
I never seen him play defense that bad ever, and he's not a defensive
He
player.
usually plays defense that bad.
Not that way.
Highlight.
It wasn't as
It wasn't that bad. It was like more like you swing, whoever got Luka, you're attacking at will. No matter what.
Yeah.
Like you're not settling for no jump shots. You're going at the rim, getting 2 feet in the paint, they kick it out, float, or whatever you want to do. But
He was wearing Timbs on defense.
yeah, it was bad.
But with the thing,
Sluggish.
though, like he's been injured this entire playoff run.
No,
Right before game 3, they were talking about him getting injections.
That's why I'm gonna stop you there. It's the NBA Finals.
I
Play
get
through
that. I get
Play
that.
through it.
I get that. So I'm not excusing the bad defensive habits. I'm not
You just
excusing it.
did talk about
Well,
he's injured.
I do want to give at least some credit of he's a little bit hindered, and depending on how you want to look at it, but he ain't a full 100%. But if you're not a full 100%, you're going against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown defense.
Was he at 100% in game 4?
Not on defense.
Well, I would say this.
No, was he healthy? Because he actually played some defense in game 4.
I think there's a tier to it. I think it's like he's healthy enough to do the great things he's able to do. Like if Luka was at full 100, no injections, no treatment directly after the game, like I would be terrified of what he could be doing right now.
I would say this. Nobody's 100%. Every player who says it's like they're healthy, whatever, like Jason Tatum, I know he's not healthy. I know something's sore in his body. I know something's nagging him just a little bit. Like, you never know.
Right.
Same way everybody else who's playing and played a lot of minutes, a lot of games, playoff games, high intensity, like, it happens. But he took away Kyrie's game 3. I think it was more like he was trying to back up Kyrie so much, he lost focus of the game. He lost focus of winning the game. He was crying to the refs. He wanted calls, but Kyrie had 35. Why you not keep giving Kyrie the ball? You don't need to be scoring. You don't need to touch the ball every possession. Like, you don't need to create for yourself every possession. Like, Kyrie got it going. Give Kyrie the ball. You space away. Like, you relax. You don't need to be drawing fouls. You don't need to be crying to the ref, asking for foul calls. You don't need that. Kyrie's having the game going. The game was kind of close. Like, let Kyrie be Kyrie for once. And I didn't see that in game 3 at all.
But I say game 4 was like peak Mavs for me. I'm like, they're finally running the ball. They're finally
that was
pushing,
easily their
pushing
best.
pace.
It was the best game of the playoffs.
You
The
know,
best game of the playoffs.
and I think it's the best game of the season for them. And even regardless of like the point differential on the Celtics, but I just never have seen them play that well before.
Did you watch every game?
All the games that were on national TV that I watched, yeah, like I watched like maybe about 7, 8 Mavs games, and then obviously you tune in at different points throughout the season. And I feel comfortable saying like that was probably the best ball they played all year long.
But I would
They
say
played 82.
No, and yes, and I
And
think
you watched 8.
I've also seen instances of this game, instances of that game. I'm not saying from like buzzer to buzzer, I've only seen 8, but I've seen snippets of other games to the point where I feel comfortable.
Yeah, 10%. I watched 10%.
But guess what?
Well,
Wait,
okay,
hold on, no.
Jordan, okay, thank you.
No.
What I'm saying, of the games that I've watched, of all the coverage this year, I don't think they've had a good game both on the defensive end, on the offensive end, as they just did. Like,
Wait,
you see Garrett
It was a
Riley-
full-on team effort.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, it's a team effort, but guess what? I think Boston lost themselves the game more than Mavericks beating them.
Yes.
I completely agree with
I
that.
Celtics were missing
Like, Celtics
shots.
were missing shots. If you
Shots.
don't miss shots, you're losing the game no
Right.
matter what
Especially
you
a
do.
team that shoots threes.
Like, no matter what you do, you're losing the game if you
Right.
can't make shots. And they're losing the rebounding total, like they're losing the game.
Yeah.
I don't think the Mavericks necessarily played that well where it's like, oh my gosh, like, is this gonna be a series? Is they gonna make it a 6 or 7? Like,
You know what? This was
I don't
like,
think so. I
This
think
was like
Boston lost themselves.
This
to the
was
game.
Rockets Warriors. Like the Warriors, they were making their shots, and it seemed like they were whooping the Rockets when Rockets missed 27 straight threes.
Mhm.
The Rockets were just missing shots. It's not like they were out of the game.
It was missing.
Well, they were out of the game,
I
but
get
they,
But you gotta give,
they were just missing shots.
I don't
Mavs
get-
a little bit more credit than that. Like, I don't think it was just Boston missing shots. I do.
I think the crowd was in it. I think the whole arena was there.
But I want to at least
They
give
should
some
have-
contribution to the Mavs defense.
They did
team.
play
Like,
better defense.
I'm not giving the Rockets any sort of credit for being the Warriors when they scored an astronomical amount of threes. I think what the Mavericks did was just they played a solid game at a faster pace. They still barely scored over 100 really before you got into garbage time or more garbage time. But like I think the problems that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum had, they only had like 6 shots, 6 mates between them two.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
I think it's like 6 of 26. And
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
more than
Well,
that.
both not combined made less than 10
Well, still,
shots.
also
Yeah.
they were out of the game.
Right.
Honestly, I think they wanted to celebrate back at home. That's my opinion.
Mhm.
Even though, I know they didn't. I know they didn't come to the game like, I want to lose. Like, no, but like, I feel like once that first quarter was in, I'm like, I think they want to celebrate back at home. Like, I just think they want to celebrate at Boston. I mean, it is what it is, but
See, y'all don't think the tide could change? I'm not saying like drastically, but you don't think they could have forced a 6 on them?
they shot
They
7.
can.
Sorry, they shot 7 for 22.
Seven.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can see. I can see
say
a world where they force it. I mean, I think that team had enough fire going into.
Luka needs 40. Kyrie needs 35.
You know who's the biggest X factor for me in the next game?
Next
Tim
thing
Hardaway. Nah, Tim
Tim
Hardaway. Yeah,
No.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Nah.
If you think about this, he was the 3rd leading scorer in the regular season. He just now made shots last night, scored 15 points.
So besides,
All garbage.
Okay, you're
all
right.
garbage.
You're right.
So
But all
besides-
you need is
so
one to go in
besides-
for you to.
So besides
Yeah.
when the starters were coming, were in the game, he had not scored
You're right.
in a game since May 18th.
You're right. That doesn't take away anything. That doesn't.
I will say, I
That- no,
on this.
no,
How is
that-
that an X
no.
factor?
He
Maxi
can't.
Kleber
No.
was an X factor.
No. Nobody.
Dude came in.
Nobody care about no.
Well, I know, I do agree with
No,
you.
you gotta
Like,
think
I'm not
about
saying,
it.
like,
He's a sorry.
Go
He's
ahead.
the third option in the regular season. Okay,
He's the third leading scorer. I don't think
third
he's-
leading scorer. He was third option. It don't matter. He scored off the bench, whatever he started, whatever
Right,
he's
I
scoring.
think he's third.
Okay, so he got hurt throughout the regular season, on and off in the playoffs. He came back. Well, he came back. I don't know when, and he wasn't making shots. Last night he made shots. All you need is one to go in for you to start to feel the confidence.
So
If he has he's going to have confidence going to the next game, knowing that he had
I
15
thought he
points.
shot
last
like
game.
1 for 7 or something.
He had 15 points.
Yeah, like 5 threes.
Yes. In a minute.
I'm talking about like when the starters were in though. Like when actual people were in.
He's an actual NBA
Yeah,
player.
I think for him it's a rhythm thing. And I think it's hard to get a rhythm if you're not a natural born spot shooter. And I'm not saying he isn't, but when you look at, Derrick Jones Jr., PJ Washington, Maxi Cleveland, those are guys who are just comfortable catch and shoot. I think Tim.
He had 15 points in 12 minutes.
Yeah, what I kept seeing him do all last night. But he's coming off screens. He's coming off he's coming screens going to the corner. He's going to a screen toward the wing. Like he is flying across his court and then catching in motion to make a three.
Yeah,
and I don't think you're not getting those opportunities when you have Luka and Kyrie dribble penetrating and kicking out to you. Like you're not going to get in motion threes like that. So I think where he had some flexibility when you had a Dante Exum or a PJ Washington creating shots for you. I think Tim Hardaway.
I'm saying he could be an extra.
If he could find, if JK could just figure out a way to get him a few shots with the starters, or at least with Luka and Kyrie, and can he make me 3 threes? Can he get me 4 or 5 or 6 good opportunities? They don't always convert, but like good opportunities that makes the defense at least think twice. I wouldn't say necessarily X factor, but I would say more like a key contribution that you need. I'm not saying that he's going to make or break the series.
So who thinks is the X factor coming in the game? Like a role guy?
I think it's Derek Lively. I absolutely think
when Derek Lively plays good, they're in the game.
Yeah. Like,
they are in the game when Derek Lively plays
he didn't have a single foul last night. That's a single foul last night.
And in game 3, he balled out too. Now, and guess what? It was a close game.
It was. So I think it's, if he can just stay dominant, or not dominant, but stay active on the boards, make the right defensive reads, roll hard, and get some easy fouls. Like, you got a couple fouls on Jason Tatum, you got a couple fouls on
Taylor Brown.
If he can just create good opportunities and good offense, I think he is the key for this team.
Well, I mean, for Boston, I know I'm going to switch it up, but Boston, I think their X factor would be Porzingis. If he can get healthy, if he can play, that's the biggest X factor by far.
And that's why I would say Derek Lively, because I think Derek Lively is a guy who can actually bother. Not even in the best way possible, but like.
Right.
I'm not saying, in any serious way, but I'm not worried about Maxi Kleber on Porzingis. I'm not worried about Daniel Gafford.
I'm sure Porzingis is not worried about Derek.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But if Derek Lively can at least bother, and I'm using that in a very loose term, if he can just at least bother,
contest the shot.
Yeah, that's it. With length and foot speed, I don't see why I couldn't. I'm not. Now, granted,
watch the first quarter of the first game.
I'm not over exaggerating Derek Lively.
Derek Lively did contest Porzingis at times.
Yeah,
Porzingis catches the ball at the 3-point line. Yeah, and Derek Lively's all the way up.
I'm not saying that Derek Lively's going to shut down Porzingis and intermission.
Backside,
but just make it work. Like if you're coming off an injury, and apparently it's some sort of rare leg problem, at least causes do some grief. And I think Derek Lively could do that better than a Daniel Gafford who's flat-footed, and then Maxi Kleber who honestly should just get put to the bench at this point.
What?
I have not been impressed with Maxi Kleber this series.
What has he done? I'm asking you, Jordan.
Like he's had good flashes. He has good flashes. He has contributed on a semi consistent basis.
What has he done?
But like,
what's his role? I'm asking you, what's his role right now? Currently, right? What's his role?
Currently, his job is to guard on switches. So guard a Tatum and a Brown when it comes to switches.
Yeah.
His job is to rebound, and his job is to make the right play on offense because his shot is not there yet. He did make a three. He has made some shots recently, but it's not. Yes. But I'm saying if he was healthy, they would be worried about Maxi Kleber.
No.
I I wouldn't be.
They ain't worried.
They ain't worried about Tim Hardaway Jr.
You crank it up.
They'd be more scared
You
of
would be
Tim
cautious.
Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway
You would be
played
cautious.
12 minutes.
You would be cautious.
Maxi Cleaver played 20
I
minutes.
didn't say scared. Cautious. I think that's the word that you.
I guarantee Tim Hardaway can beat you. Tim Hardaway can win you a game than Maxi Kleber.
But my.
You can't win you a game if you play 12 minutes in garbage time.
That's true. That's true.
Tim Hardaway
That's
will win you a game more than Maxi Kleber.
Garbage
Yes.
time.
No, hold up now. I do agree with that point.
Tim Hardaway will win you a game more than Maxi Kleber will.
I would agree with that statement.
Big yes.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
He played how many minutes?
Oh, you
No,
stop bringing that
no,
up.
no,
The
Jordan.
game was being played.
Jordan.
And he had
But
more.
still,
He had more
but
minutes.
still,
He
you gotta
had more
at least
points
say.
than Maxi Kleber.
In garbage time.
But
I wasn't watching the game.
But
You
Jordan,
weren't watching the game.
Jordan.
You weren't watching the game.
Jordan.
Yeah,
America
listen.
was
Jordan.
watching the game.
Jordan.
Go
But
ahead.
listen.
But if Tim
I
Hardaway,
hear you. I just don't care.
but if Tim Hardaway was in regular, let's say it's a competitive game, Tim Hardaway is much more likely to turn the tide of the
If
game.
he's out there.
Yes, if he's out there. That's all we're saying.
That's every okay.
That's
but
not
he's
every
not out
player.
there. But he's not out there
But
though.
I think the point is though, with Maxi Kleber is that he's not contributing on offensive levels. Yes, he's providing some good
Defense.
Is he a good defensive player? Is he a good rebounder?
He's
No.
above. He's
No.
He's doing his job. He's doing his job.
He's doing the best he can.
Yes,
He's
that's
one of
it.
the best on the mat.
Yeah, like
That's sad.
yes. No,
Yes.
he's just a bigger PJ Washington.
He's
Let's call it that.
doing his job.
Yes. I'm not saying that
He's not great at doing
I'm not saying that he should get yanked off.
No, he's not great.
I'm not saying he should be
He's
set on the
not.
bench. But if I'm
Is
just
Tim Hardaway Jr. great at doing his job?
He was.
but
He
okay.
was.
Well,
Is
either
he
which way.
now?
He got
Either
hurt.
which way. Either which
So
way.
did Maxi.
Okay.
Either which
And Tim
way.
Hardaway scored 15 last night.
Okay, either which way.
Wow.
Either which way.
In 12 minutes.
In
Guys.
garbage time.
It doesn't matter. He's more of an X factor than Maxi Kleber. Nobody worried about Maxi Kleber.
Alright,
Nobody worried about Tim Hardaway Jr.
guys,
People be more scared.
guys,
What is he
thank
supposed to
you.
do, score on the
Thank
bench?
you. Thank you. Either which way, I think if I'm Jason Kidd, I need to. We're going into this game 6 or game 5, and this might be do or die time for us. I think he needs to really consider shortening up his bench, and I think part of that is considering both Tim Hardaway and Maxi Kleber and how many minutes are actually getting.
Oh, he did. He did that last night.
Tim Hardaway's playing next game.
We'll see.
Meaningful.
How many minutes?
Meaningful.
How many minutes?
I will shake on it.
That's
Meaningful
what I'm saying.
minutes.
How many minutes?
It's whatever meaningful time of the game. I don't know.
What? How many minutes?
I can
Over-
see
8 to 10. 8
Over
to 10.
under. Over under.
8 to 12.
I can see 12. Over under 12. What do you think? Over under 12.
Over.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
So
okay.
under.
Okay. Maxi Kleber, how many minutes is he getting?
He's just, I don't know.
He's getting 20.
Okay. I put under on that.
Okay, he made
Okay,
18.
okay,
but
all right,
20.
cool.
I'd
Okay,
say
let's just put a pin in that, and then we'll come back to that at once game 5 is done.
blowouts
Once
don't
game
count.
5
Blowouts don't count. If it's a blowout, it don't matter.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay.
It's Tim Hardaway's gonna
And
be playing.
and we'll prorate
Maxi
it
Kleber
based on
might
how
be right there with him.
Yeah, either which way. I don't think 20 minutes. You gonna regret 20 minutes.
He got 23. He got 23 last night.
They probably gave him a little more run.
They gave Tim Hardaway Jr. a little bit more run.
Yeah.
And 15 points. Why at it?
He had 12 minutes with a little bit more run.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all you need. Confidence is all you need. If he sees a couple go in, if I'm boss, I'm like, I can't let him keep going. You can't let him
I'm
keep
sure
going.
Jaden Springer has all the confidence in the world right in that bench.
All right. Well,
Don't compare that. Tim Hardaway's third. Oh, no. Don't compare
Okay,
that.
well, speaking of guys who should
That's
not be
awful,
playing,
bro.
let's talk about the Central Division.
That's awful.
There we are in our next set of
That man has to play more than.
Thank you, Cameron. Let's pivot to our off-season previews.
Who's played more, Xavier Tillman?
Okay, thank you, Jordan.
I think Xavier too.
Thank you, Cameron. All right.
He got you. He-
Thank you, Cameron. Let's pivot into our off-season preview. So, since Dallas is still playing, I wanted to go ahead and skip the Southwest.
I think Xavier Tillman had a 3 in clutch time. I
He
think
did.
He did.
Game 3, yeah.
And they cheered for him.
Yep. Everybody cheered.
Everybody cheered.
He got you an M1 too. A couple of blocks.
Y'all done?
Yeah.
Probably.
Alright, let's go. Ready.
Let's talk about this garbage division.
Yes. So let's just get this over with. So at the top of the division, I wanted to talk about is the Chicago Bulls. Since we're on the same point of guys who should not be playing meaningful minutes, but apparently are playing meaningful minutes, or guys who should only be playing in garbage time, who are now supposed to get 20 plus minutes in an NBA Finals game. So
I know you're not talking about Maxey.
I'm talking about Tim Hardaway because he's Mr. Over here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So Chicago Bulls just
Hold on, nobody said over 20.
What was your over under? What was your over under?
He over 12.
Over 12.
Over 12. But
you know theft is a crime, right?
okay, thank you guys. All right. So
I don't wanna be stealing your money.
So Chicago Bulls, outright horrible season for them. Disappointing, another injury-ridden season. But there were some flashes with Kobe White in there. DeMar DeRozan was consistent all year long. Obviously, Zach LaVine was hurt for a good chunk of the season. Lonzo now has his own podcast with him and LaMelo, and then two other guys. So what do we think about the Bulls, and what should they be looking to do this upcoming off season?
I don't know what direction they want to be in. I guess they know they're not going to win a championship, so I guess competing, always be in the top 6, I would say. Stick with the same team. I don't think you can really
stick with the same team.
I mean, I don't know what direction. If they want to say, like, I want to be a playoff team, I'll just stick with the same team, honestly. I'll probably trade Zach LaVine so we can give Kobe White more shine. So I'd trade Zach LaVine. I don't think anybody would take on Lonzo. So I'll just trade Zach LaVine and get pieces from him. So I heard rumors that Patrick Williams and OKC have him.
No.
I heard rumors. I've seen it.
We don't want
to talk about it during their preview.
We don't want
I don't think we ever talk about Patrick Williams.
I would never bring up Patrick Williams.
I think
I've seen rumors. So.
If I'm Bulls, I want to. I think this is the season where you just want to. I don't want to say blow it up, but just tank it out this season. I think this is the season where you trade Zach LaVine off.
So blow it up.
No, hold on. I think
you got DeMar.
No, I don't think you're that far. Like I think you get rid of Zach. I think you need to reassess your DeMar, and if he wants 3 years at a max, or 2+1 at the max, I'm probably saying no. And I think you bring back everybody else but Zach and DeMar, and you get a couple assets for them, and you take on some bad money. I think you're naturally gonna get to the bottom of the league. I wouldn't say necessarily blow it up because I think you just bring back this roster.
You're so close to the bottom. You might as well just get rid of one piece.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. And then you just figure it out. You give Kobe White the ball and say, hey, go turn into whatever you want it to turn into. Lonzo comes back if Lonzo comes back. And then you see what happens from there. But this isn't a team where I expect them to even make a play again.
This organization is ran by our cousin Stevie. Stevie Wonder.
That was an interesting joke right there.
Absolutely no vision of what they want to do.
I think they got a vision.
No, they don't.
I think so.
What is their vision?
I think
their vision is
to
compete. That's mediocrity.
But they don't need it.
You're stuck in this.
But they're not needing a threshold in order to compete.
Exactly. You go in
so
the
they're
West.
stuck.
Thing is though, you go in the
Exactly.
West. You go in the West.
Exactly. They're stuck.
You go in the West. The Rockets are a competing team, but they're also getting high draft picks.
Yeah. No, they're right there. Like I think
but they also have compelling pieces that can prolong their growth, right? They got Jalen Green, they got Alperen Sengun. So you can't say, hey, we're bad for now, but at least we have these guys.
Yeah.
The Bulls are bad, but we have Kobe White.
I don't.
Yes, but Kobe White's not.
No.
He's not Alperen Sengun.
He's tier down from what Austin Reeves is. In terms of hype.
Not that they're in the same tier. As of right now, yeah.
I think Kobe White would be like.
I don't know about that.
To start for the Lakers?
They're two completely different positions.
I'm saying it. They're not.
Well, also, I've seen it from the
They're both guards, but it depends what
But I've
guard.
seen this production from Austin for 3 years.
Right.
That's the only reason why I
Kobe
say
White just got here.
Yeah. So I can see. I can see.
I can
like I would say by the end of
tier.
next year, I can see him on the same tier. but I just need to see it more consistently. Like, you can have your most improved trophy this year, but can you come back and do it again? And I think this is where next year it needs to be about that experiment of what do you do. So I want to pivot. Let's talk about what you're doing. Is Patrick Williams. He's a restricted free agent this year. He ain't getting money. Like, honestly, I'd be shocked if they extended him.
I'm surprised if he gets a spot somewhere. Who's talking
I would try
about?
to move him off too.
Why is OKC wanting him?
He's a 3-and-D guy.
Who's not gonna play? We already got 3D.
Who?
And he don't play. Kendrick Williams.
Patrick Williams is better than Kendrick Williams.
Now, Jordan, come on.
By how like? By
No,
how
no,
much? By
he's
how
bad.
The
much?
ceiling. The
By
ceiling.
how much?
Patrick Williams' floor.
This is Michael Jordan. The ceiling is the roof. Like, what is like? No, Patrick Williams does what?
He been hurt. He been
does.
hurt.
No, tell me what he does.
He's gonna.
Catch and shoot corner.
Because originally he was the claw.
He can defend.
He was the paw.
He was projected.
He's projected to be the paw.
Yeah, I think he could. I'm not saying he's gonna get Kawhi Leonard here,
Right now he's a broken fingernail.
but I think he
like,
can.
no.
I'm trying to think of a good guy to compare him to. Like, I think he could do.
He's Kendrick Williams.
No,
He's better than
He
him.
could be Jay Crowder. I don't know if that's the best comparison, but he could be a Jay Crowder.
Jay Crowder don't play.
Not right now, Drew. I'm saying
So,
that.
so doesn't Kendrick.
PJ Crowder.
PJ Tucker don't
Jay
play. Like,
Jay Crowder,
Yes.
he don't make threes.
It's a guy who can help you win a championship.
Patrick
I'm
Williams.
not looking at
Oh,
Kendrick
you're saying
Williams.
Patrick Williams can win your like he
Um,
has the potential of being as good as
Hey,
Jay
he-
Crowder
At his peak.
at his peak.
Yes.
Okay.
And,
Okay, I can
and
get
Kendrick Williams is not that.
Now what would have you think that he could get to that level?
Okay.
I think it's the right situation. I think he's on a team right now where there's zero offensive creation and playmaking around him. To where he's now shoveled into a position where he's having to defend for the scraps that Zach LaVine, Kobe White, and DeMar DeRozan's getting on
He
top
didn't
of
have
the
a bad
Vucevic
year.
doing. Like, I think with a quality playmaking structure around him, he can get some opportunities.
What do you do, Cam?
He averaged 10 points, almost a block a game, almost a steal a game, 1.5 assists, 4 rebounds a game. He shot, 39% from 3, so we could say 40%. He just played in 43 games this year. He's been hurt.
Yeah.
I don't think he's bad at all. He's better than Kendrick. Are you being for real? Like, yes, he will play over him. Patrick Williams will play on the Thunder if he's healthy.
But and then you could imagine, a
That's
Josh
solid.
Giddey,
That's solid.
a Shea, a Jalen Williams.
Don't put him in the starting lineup.
Giving him. I'm not
You
saying.
can-
I'm
you
not
can
saying
add
play
him
the
in
starting
and-
lineup,
But the
but
game with that lineup, yes, you can.
he's getting more minutes than Gordon Hayward, Kendrick Williams.
Oh yeah, Gordon Hayward's gone.
and
Kendrick
he's getting
Williams
more
is
minutes
gone.
than.
I
Bismack
didn't even think
gone.
y'all gave him an
I think
opportunity.
he's probably getting more.
Who,
just-
Gordon?
Yes.
We gave him an opportunity in the whole regular season when he was playing. And then in the
You
playoffs.
gotta use him right.
Oh, that's what he said.
I don't think y'all did. Like, I don't think y'all gave him enough
Yes.
touches on the ball.
Yes, because that's not what we wanted.
Well,
Why give him in the first place?
but yeah, I think if I'm Bulls, if I'm
We should have got PJ Walker.
if I'm running this team back, I'm getting rid of, I'm not extending Patrick Williams. But if I'm saying I'm going to overhaul this roster, or at least make some significant shifts and some of
Get
our,
what you can get.
right,
Get what you can.
and I might pair him up with a DeMar DeRozan since he's older, and then try to package him and get him off for something appealing. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if I was the Bulls, and there hasn't been a report about it. I would be trying to trade up into this draft and try to get a higher pick, and or trying to collect some future assets for next year's draft. But we'll see. So pivoting off of the Bulls, let's go ahead and talk about the Cavs.
pick for who?
Oh, just different talent. So the Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell hasn't made the decision yet on his contract extension. They'll be able to start those conversations the moment that the finals is over.
3 days after.
Yeah, 3 days after. Now you can start talking to your free agents as soon after. With your guys as soon after. I know you can't do the extensions, but yeah, you can talk to them as soon as the finals is over.
No, that's right. You can't finalize anything until
Right.
3 days after. That's what it is.
So they still got Darius Garland on contract. It's been conversation either you get rid of one, get rid of the other. There's been reports saying that all of their 4 all 4 top tier stars are going to get moved. There's also reports where 2 of the 4 are going to come back. So let me throw this at you all first. If you were to have any of the two of the four, which are those two?
I do Mitchell and Mobley.
I would do Darius and Mobley.
And I would agree Darius and Mobley. Like, I think it is.
I don't think Mitchell wants to be there. That's why.
I don't think so either. Like, I think,
Okay, but you're asking me like.
If you
I
could,
thought-
if you could pick them and they stay,
Yes.
That's what. That,
Then,
if you
then,
pick them to say.
then I'm pivoting.
then we would say Mitchell and Mobley.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't think y'all.
Yeah.
But
I
This
What's
dude's
to
on a
say
2-year contract. He's probably gonna go.
I thought y'all just talking about having.
Look, I'm not terrified of a Darius Garland trade request. I am terrified of a Donovan Mitchell trade request.
Well, I thought you was just. I thought you was asking
No,
the
no,
question
I
like
get your
they're
point.
saying
I
they
get
have
your
to
point.
say. And I'm like, I'm picking the two.
No, I get your point.
Same.
If you want whoever you want to be on the team,
Yeah.
you pick them.
But I would love to see this team get run back one more time, and then you make some tweaks to the bench. I think the bench was the problem. And I think it's some wing defense is the genuine problem with it.
Right.
And I think if you just able to make some tweaks in there, you move an Isaac Okoro, you move
Jared
Jared Allen. If you
Oh.
gotta move Jared Allen, move Jared Allen.
Allen. Move Jared Allen.
But I don't even have confidence that Ed Mobley running your five.
No, I don't either.
That's why you go get a big 5.
But you're getting a lower tier. Like,
You are.
You might as well
Like,
just
I'm
keep
kidding.
Jared Allen running back one more time.
Right.
You might as well.
Because Jared Allen making what, 20 million?
Yeah.
Million? So like what, Isaiah Hartenstein's gonna get what, 15?
Yeah.
15, 18?
The value's gonna get higher. She might. I don't know. It's coming to OKC.
So like I would try to just shake some things up a little bit, to where you can get some wing defense in there, try to get a good guy, some guys in the draft that you can develop and just throw out there. But like this, I'm just not Isaac Okoro guy. Like he can't shoot worth anything.
Right.
He didn't shoot that bad this year.
And you're not a
In the
Max
playoffs,
Strus
he
guy.
did. but-
Max Strus can or
No,
McCollum.
no. So I think
I think
it's-
they're running back. My personal opinion, I think.
I think they run it back too. I would just like to see some sort of shift in that lineup, or the rotation just in general, of just some length that they can put out there
Mm.
with Darius, with Donovan, that can also save Evan Mobley and Jared Allen from going out there and being just picked apart on switches.
Yeah.
So, alright, well, that was a fascinating conversation. So speaking of fascinating conversations, the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons. No,
That's your favorite
Okay.
team.
And my favorite
Yeah,
team.
It's ran by our other cousin, Ray.
Shut
Ray
up,
Charles.
Jordan. Stop it.
Ray Charles.
You're
No vision.
You're losing me.
No
I think
vision.
it has a vision.
It has a vision. Yes, it has a
Lose
vision.
games.
No. They have a vision. They have people.
It's just not coming together.
Yes, they have a vision. I know the vision.
Your backcourt is set. It's
It's
your
the
front
front
court that you still need to figure out.
It's yes. Where's the vision?
They have the
I don't think you're
vision.
figuring it out.
Yeah, that's what I'm
What's
saying.
their small forward?
Anybody who can catch a shoot.
Right.
It's like,
So not the guy that they drafted,
What you mean?
what?
Sir Thompson. Is not a catch and shoot player.
He ain't never be no catch and shoot.
Right.
Exactly. So why did they draft him?
To be a shooting guard.
To protect Jay
Jackson
Ivey.
K.
But
K.
who's their shooting guard?
He could be Jay
Jay
Ivey.
Ivey.
Yeah.
So then why'd you pick up a Sir Thompson? Why?
To be your three.
But he's not a.
He don't have to be. Nobody has
I
to
don't
be.
think.
I don't think that was their.
So
their
why do
thought
you draft
process.
somebody
Because
in the top 10
but it's
if
also
they don't
best.
fit your
But it's also
team?
best available guy.
Right.
Like he was best available at that time.
Yes. Who would you would have picked
My
up?
man, like there wasn't that many.
Who would you
options.
have picked up?
I know. I gotta look at the draft to see who.
Okay
Here,
then.
let me look it up. Let me look it up, and then y'all
Okay.
go ahead.
But
Let
I
me see.
But I think they gotta figure out their 4 and 5 situation because I think that's the
They
genuine
got too
problem.
many bigs.
Bigs who can't shoot and bigs who can't move, bigs who can't.
And they trade
set
for him.
screens.
They trade for him. It's not like they
Yeah.
draft. Like
So-
they did draft a couple, but like
You know.
they're like, I want more.
So like
I want
Like,
less.
I
I want
think I
less.
Okay, go look it up.
I think I said it jokingly, but like I think I genuinely feel as if like if they could figure out some way to at least get a meeting with Paul George and offer him ownership stake, a full bridge truck, a private plane.
Casey Wallace.
Nah,
But you just have Jaden Ivey and Cade
Jordan, come on
Cunningham.
now.
It's Casey Wallace.
You're
Is
saying
he
that
playing
with, Jordan, you're saying that with hindsight.
at a 3?
Your hindsight's 2020 with that.
Okay, so Taylor Hendricks.
No.
Has he played?
No. Okay, we're not saying with hindsight, right? We're saying Taylor Hendricks was a 4 that had some positional size,
But
that's
also
super
couldn't shoot.
athletic, who could actually shoot,
But
who
guess
could
what?
dribble, who could dribble.
At some point, you're going to have to take the best available.
No.
And he wasn't the best available, and he wasn't good enough to.
Was Anthony Black better?
No, because he's just like a Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, I couldn't put.
You
And
can't
then
put
you got
both.
Jaden, so it was like, now you're just.
A serious, whoever, I don't know which one got.
I
A
guess,
serious, I mean, I don't know which one got drafted. But he was the best available,
Yeah.
and not every other guy really
I
fits
guess,
the
yeah.
needs where it was like, oh,
I think
can't
our
take
man was generally the best option.
him. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Or,
Yes.
so, yeah.
That's
Sir was by far the best option.
Yes.
And it's either he's your 3 or your 3 going into the future, or Jaden Ivey, you need to reevaluate his future. But I don't think they're there yet. But I don't know.
What
I feel
saves this team from being?
like a 3, a quality 3.
What saves this team from being one of the worst teams?
They're going to be one of the worst again next year. I don't think they will be the worst again.
Tobias Harris is coming. He's going to
But
say
even at Tobias Harris, I think he lifts their seat. I think he lifts
he gives
their
them
seat.
5 more wins.
I think that's fine.
Or
they don't-
paying somebody how much to win 5 more games?
Well, I'm not giving him anywhere near $20 million.
But remember, they have to pay money. They can't just hold
Right.
it. They have to give it out.
So I think it's
Just like what the Rockets did last time.
So Tobias Harris won't get $20 million?
no.
Why wouldn't he from the Detroit Pistons? They're going to have to pay people, Brandon. They can't hold the money.
Well,
They have a certain amount of money they have to spend. They're going to spend it.
I could see Tobias getting a 25 1+1 with a team option.
But you didn't say that. You said that 20 mil.
Well, I'm not paying them just straight up $20 million a year. I'm not doing that. We're not some protections in there, no. $20 million guaranteed for
What
Tobias Harris.
protections you?
We'll put it in
It's
there.
not a full
A
guarantee.
scoring?
It's not fully guaranteed.
What's he
Orders
got?
them.
What's he got to do?
Or
Right,
there's
what's-
incentives in there
What?
based on team performance.
Team performance? Or
That wouldn't go.
Yes.
I wouldn't go.
I wouldn't go.
I wouldn't negotiate that.
I stay in Philly and get
Yes.
yelled at every day.
I would.
I'm not Tobias. I'm not overpaying you again. I'm not doing that then.
He had a good
If I'm
season for
Pistons,
Detroit, but like,
If
no,
I'm Pistons,
not
like,
doing
this
that.
is your offseason to really reassess and reevaluate.
If I'm
your
gonna
immediate future.
negotiate, I'm like,
They
you're not gonna tell me about cheap
They
performance.
don't know where they're at.
I don't think so either. But if you
So they're ran by
but
Ray.
if you roll the
Ray Charles.
but if
They
you roll
can't-
this dice
they have
again,
no vision.
you really milking this Ray Charles thing.
They can't
But
see
if you're
where
rolling
they're
this
going.
dice again, Jaden Ivey's gonna be up for extension soon.
They can't steer the ship.
You know, it's gonna be only a matter of time before a sword's gonna get offered, or at least we're entertaining the contract extension now. You don't, or Isaiah Stewart just signed his money. You don't know what James Wiseman's gonna look like. Jalen Duren's gonna be up for money.
Marvin
This
Bagley.
This is your
Richie
offseason to really assess that. Assess your future. And like, okay, do we put our chips in this young talent, or do we try to move around some young talent and get some veterans? You got Monty Williams, who all counts didn't get fired this year.
They're paying him too much.
They're paying him too much. So like, and I'm not.
They'd be paying them anyways.
Yeah, but I'm not paying Monty Williams to coach a bad team. So it's either I
They
rate,
did pay
Our
Monty
reassess-
Williams to coach.
and they fired their GM.
They paid Monty Williams knowing they were going to be a bad team.
Not
Not that bad.
Not that bad.
Not that bad, but they knew they weren't going to make the playoffs.
Yes, of course, but
They knew they weren't going to make the play-in.
yes, but you don't anticipate a
Hold on, Brandon.
A
What-
record-breaking
whoa, whoa,
losing
whoa,
streak.
whoa, whoa. What did you tell me last year, last summer, that the Detroit?
I said the Pistons were gonna make. I said they're gonna make the playoffs.
All right, next team.
But I was wrong. Like
Most of the time.
I thought Cade Cunningham was gonna take that leap.
To Shea level.
Yes, like I still believe he can get there.
To like last year's
I'm
Shea
not-
level. Not
yeah,
this
I'm
year's
not-
Shea level.
yeah.
Yeah, like to
I
like
think he can get there.
borderline all-star level.
I absolutely love Jalen Duren. I think he's that dude. I think if he was,
I think he's big and stocky.
Who?
Jalen Duren.
he's a monster.
Yes, he's big and stocky. I just
Like
said
he is an absolute monster. Like if
he
you
rebound.
like you put him in Derek Lively's situation going crazy. I'm
I
not
think that.
I'm not saying it's a
when it
one-on-one
comes to
comparison, but like in terms of the playmaking ability of two elite guards with an elite coach, Jalen Green could be that guy.
that. Yeah.
I have some faith in Jaden Ivey. I think he has potential. I don't know if he has
The
started two
Pistons
guards,
don't think that he has.
but I think he has top tier 6-man potential. And I think you just got to figure out your 2, 3, your 4 situation. I don't know about Sora. I really don't. I don't know about either one of these ones. But you figure out your 2, 3, and 4, and you just get some quality guys and some young talent that can rocket ship you upward. I think they'd be fine. So, speaking of teams that are already on the ups and ups, let's go ahead and talk about the Indiana Pacers. Overachieved by every metric. Tyrese Halliburton turned himself into not a household name, but borderline household name.
Did they overachieve?
I think so.
No.
I think
When it comes to
They made it to the conference finals.
I think it's overachieving.
Besides that,
I can
did
see
they
it's a separate
overachieve?
Yeah. No.
No.
Not when they got past Siakam. That was their ceiling.
Their ceiling
Was
was
the conference finals
was conference finals.
when past
and that's,
Siakam.
and that's a lucky conference finals.
Yes. Yes.
Lucky.
Yes. People got hurt, and it is what it is. With this team going forward, running back, sign Pascal. You're gonna have to tweak a few things.
Yeah, but then what's their goal? What is Indiana's goal?
Their goal
Just
should
develop. You develop.
Your goal should be going back to the conference finals. I don't think it's realistic, but I think that should be their goal. Go back. Let's go again.
And I know we talked about this when they got knocked out, but I said Benny Mathurin would have been a game changer. I'm not saying he would have been the reason why they would have beat the Celtics or at least made that series a little more competitive.
You just said that.
Yeah, I did.
He did.
Yeah,
He did.
so like, I think Benedict Mathurin, you give him some opportunities next year to really figure out how he fits in that. Because he's like that Cam Thomas spark plug offensively with some more common sense to him, type of aspect to him. I think he could really elevate this team in a different way. Because I just don't think that 2 guard position during the playoffs was really solidified for him. You know, you see the different guys out there.
Andrew Nemhart.
Andrew Nemhart,
Doug.
Ben Shepherd.
Doug got there.
No, Andrew Nemhart is the starting shooting guard.
No, he's talking about like the depth of it. He's talking about just
But it's like a rotation of the 2 guards.
Yeah, Ben Shepherd's gonna be.
Yeah. But I think
Yeah,
Mathurin can get that.
Yes.
And then, you have
He's a better Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah. So I think Benedict
Yeah.
Mathurin could be that guy for him. So I think this team I agree. Just run it back, see if you can make some tweaks here and there. Try to get you a backup big with some quality and like a bulky center.
I don't think you need that necessarily.
I think you need that as an option. But like if you're going against,
No, this is a run and gun team. They
But I don't think they need
They don't want.
I think you need it more for defensive piece, the defense elements of it.
You got Zay Jackson, long, athletic. He's a little skinny, but he can hold his own with his
Yeah.
length. You got Jalen Smith.
Wait, you want them to draft Zach Edey or something?
That's what the Lakers going to
No,
get.
I don't want all that now. I don't think
Yeah, Lakers did that
Zach
in the first
Edey would
round.
work in this
That
offense.
would be good.
Zach Edey would not work in this offense at all.
Is that Edey?
That's a big stocky dude.
No, he's about
He's
mobility,
slow in
running.
his
It
yeah.
was
Like a
before
Kettle
follow
Ware,
offense.
a Kettle Ware would do really well on this team. I think
But you already got that in Isaiah Jackson. You don't need 2 of them.
You already have that.
And Isaiah Jackson, they're about the same. Right, they're about the same
Miles
player.
Turner does usually have his injuries here and there, and I think at the same point, if you're looking at other teams out west or out east, the Joel Embiid of the world, I don't know, that's all the way at the top.
Name me the bigs.
Bam Adebayo.
I ain't worried about Bam Adebayo when I got Miles Turner and the other bigs. It's not like, oh my God, I can get a big from Bam Adebayo. No, it's not the case.
I think just having a bigger presence down low helps.
So give me
Like
another
Isaiah
big.
Jackson got baby
Miles Turner
multiple
played
times
77 games.
Yeah.
That was
this
like
season,
what?
but he.
Okay, Brandon, no, forget that. Brandon, forget that. Give me other bigs.
He had a
Brandon.
very healthy season.
Brandon.
I was about to say, I was like,
Brandon.
yeah.
Brandon, give me other bigs in the East where the Pacers gotta get another big for. You name me 2.
Joel Jokic.
No,
In the East.
Oh,
I
You
would
gave me
say,
Bam.
I would say specifically who?
Giannis.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking about big.
He's a
It's a big
Giannis.
Giannis.
Brooke Lopez is in there. Bobby Portis is in there. I don't even talking about. He's
Giannis.
talking about banging
But when
in.
Giannis plays 5,
He's not banging with you. He's going through you. You're talking about going in the post.
Yes,
It's still
you know how
Giannis.
many times
Still
Miles
Giannis.
Turner is guarding
That's still
Giannis?
You're not listening.
No, I get
Giannis
your
is
point.
going by. He ain't banging.
No, I'm
Brandon,
talking about Miles Turner checking Giannis.
Yeah.
Brandon is
I
talking
know.
about you're catching the post.
No,
You're going.
I'm
at
not
it.
saying that.
You just said that because why would they need a big?
Just to have a bigger presence down low, like someone who can rebound at a high level. Miles Turner is not getting you 10 rebounds a game.
So give me more
Pascal
bigs.
Siakam's not getting you 10 rebounds.
Paolo Banchero.
No,
Yes.
for another big. No.
Julius Randle. Like,
No.
like how
You got Pascal, you got Miles Turner. So why would I need another big? Why
You
would I
need
gotta get a big
you
for
need
them?
a third big. Like you look at all these teams.
Isaiah Jackson, Miles Turner, and
You look
Jalen
at-
Smith.
But you look at all these great teams in playoffs. They all have a very solid 3 big rotation. Whether it's their power forward, center, and then on.
Not Boston.
Yes, they do.
Al Horford and Porzingis.
I'll go for Porzingis, and then depending on how you need it, either I have Xavier Henry, or not Xavier Henry, or Xavier Tillman.
He didn't play in the regular season.
You go back to your Lakers days. It's alright.
He was playing during the regular season. When
No, you don't know. You don't know that.
Porzingis is
You
out.
don't know that.
When
No, no, no,
That
no.
was your best player.
When Porzingis is out, thank you, Jordan. When Porzingis is out, Xavier Tillman's getting some time.
That's when he's out, Brandon. I'm talking about when he's healthy. He's out playing.
What was the
So
Lakers?
it's
team
a good-
without
But it's
Andrew?
having those options. So when a Pascal Siakam fouls out, or when he's having foul trouble and you need to run more time with your backup 4, Obi Toppin can't be that guy.
He can. He played good this playoffs. I'm sorry.
They can do better. They can do better.
They can. Everybody
I
can do
just-
better, but I don't think it's a necessary. I need another big
I
for
don't
a game
think
like
you
that.
need-
I need a big
I
for
don't
a
think
game
that's going to elevate your team drastically.
for Paulo.
But I don't
for
think,
Juke. No,
I just don't
need
think
that.
Isaiah Jackson's going to be enough for you. I don't think.
You're not asking him to be enough. You're not.
I'm asking for my backup center.
Alright, so what players in the East do we have to worry about?
For the Pacers?
For the Pacers, the two that you said, right? You said Joel Embiid and who else? Who's the other one?
No, I just said that Joel Embiid. If you want to count Giannis as a
Yes.
big, okay, I put
I'm
Giannis.
counting.
Kristaps?
No.
Mm.
You don't. He's not banging. He's not doing
It's
anything.
not.
Yes, but
It's not just banging, Cam. It's
You're saying
offensive rebounds, defensive rebound presence.
he don't rebound well enough.
And neither does Miles Turner or Pascal Siakam.
But who?
But
That's my
But
point.
Kristaps is one of the best shot blockers in the
Yeah.
league.
Yes,
Anybody gonna block
He's one of the
shots?
best post scorers in the league.
that's my point. I'm not worried about your low post.
You said what?
He's one of the best post scorers in the league.
Yeah.
But that's on a lot of
You need
switches.
guys who can rebound.
If you look at it, it's all on a lot of switches.
Because what happened with the Celtics is that they kept getting Celtics, the Knicks, they kept getting more and more offensive rebounds on the Pacers.
Okay, who should they get?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Give me a guy who should they get?
Yeah.
Like a player like, let's say that.
A player like Isaiah Hardenstein. Again, it's just a guy that just first went to my mind. Which is a cheap guy, or not cheap, but relatively low cost guy who can get you 8 rebounds in high usage. Just so you can just
That's so rare. That's so rare. Getting 8 rebounds in what?
well,
The
if
12 minutes of
Miles,
play?
and if Miles Turner is out here playing 35 minutes, I expect him to have more than 5 rebounds. But that's not what's happening. So I need to have a backup
Yes.
big who can come in and get me the rebounds that Miles Turner's not getting.
I disagree because you didn't. Was that a real big issue? They went to the
It
conference
was a big
finals.
issue.
They went to the
It
conference
was a big
finals
issue.
with the same team.
It's the same issue with the.
That's their ceiling.
It's the exact same
You're not-
issue that the Timberwolves have.
Understand?
Karl Anthony Towns, he can get me 20 plus points a game, but the issue is he's not getting me plus 6 rebounds.
Yeah.
So what I need to do, I need to bring in 2 bigs who can do that. So I bring in Nas Reed and a Rudy Gobert, and then see how my team elevates them. I think where you have Pascal Siakam, he's phenomenal talent. Miles Turner's phenomenal talent. That is your starting 4 and 5. Obi Toppin is your backup 4, and you can sometimes play your 5. But when you're running up against a Timberwolves type of team, where they have multiple bigs who are high level,
You're not understanding where I'm coming.
and they have,
I believe y'all both are right. We have to admit the Pacers are not a complete team,
yeah,
and they do need more size. Size, not they got you know
yeah.
they got some guys, but they're not the size that can also
Yeah, like they don't
Also,
need like a
bunch
Yusuf
of those
Nurkic,
things
Jonas
like that.
Valanciunas.
Exactly.
They
You
just need
just
someone who can just come in, do their part, and then get back to that bench.
Right.
Like even if it was Thomas Bryant, like, and that's what I'm saying, just margins. But like Thomas Bryant,
Right, it's fine.
we saw him in
Okay.
high usage.
It's fine.
We saw him in high usage.
Okay.
Let's move on to the team that the Pacers beat in the first round. Let's just keep it rolling.
Thomas Bryant.
We're not gonna be talking about Thomas Bryant.
It's
all right,
it's
come
a
on.
scale. It's a scale.
Sure.
Alright, so Milwaukee Bucks.
He's the difference.
I'm gonna start off with
He
Milwaukee
is the
Bucks.
difference maker, Thomas Bryant.
Yep.
Okay, thanks. Milwaukee Bucks.
Thomas Bryant will get him back to the conference final.
I think the Milwaukee.
That's what I'm saying.
Slow down. Slow down.
You said.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying having an option like similar to.
Like,
An option. He's not playing.
And neither was Isaiah Jackson that much. Like the time I was
okay, we're not gonna talk about
the
that.
time I was getting to Isaiah Jackson, I could give Thomas Bryant, and I would have more confidence in
Sure. Okay.
and me being able to stop an offensive
All
rebound.
right, next
All
team.
right.
Alright.
Milwaukee Bucks. Let's go.
So I want to start off. I think they're screwed. I think it's I think it's a wrap. I think it's over. I don't see a world where they rebound from this. They're
Do you watch basketball?
Are you kidding
they're
me?
incredibly
They have a
they're
top
incredibly
three
expensive.
player in the world. It doesn't matter. Just
Incredibly
play it.
expensive. Damian Lillard is professionally injured.
He's a little bit past his prime, but he's also.
He is past his prime.
No,
yes, he
he's
is
not.
a little past.
No,
his
he's
prime.
not. No,
He's like
no,
Curry.
no.
He's like Curry. Curry's past his prime, but it's still Steph Curry. Dame Lillard is past his prime, but he's still Dame Lillard.
Yeah. Chris Middleton, I just don't know anymore.
He's past his prime, but he's not
And then
past his prime.
and then you're surrounded by a bunch of role players
that can compete.
as a collective.
They were just hurt, Brandon. It's
I don't know.
They were just hurt.
I think it's a wrap.
They're still a
I
top
think
three
it's
team.
right. I'm not saying they're gonna be bad. I'm not saying they're gonna be a bad team. All I'm saying is I don't see championship.
Potential?
I'm not saying potential because anyone can.
Where's
win.
your ceiling?
Oh, don't give me that.
What's your ceiling?
Don't give me that.
Where-
Yes, everyone has a chance, Brandon.
Okay,
Don't
okay.
give me that.
What's your ceiling?
Their ceiling is championship. I think it's finals. It's finals. I don't. But depending on the team.
Whatever, that means championship. Okay.
No, but
If I'm gonna get to the final, I'm gonna win a championship.
Yeah.
But those things would have to break. So like I think the Celtics have East on lock. I think it would take a significant whether it's Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, the
We're
crunch
just
of
about the
March,
ceiling, Brandon.
Right.
So what at their very best,
What's your
conference finals.
And you just said,
Conference finals.
what? You just said, we just had a conversation about Pacers, and you said their ceiling's in conference finals.
I said their ceiling. I said
they're
they
the same
overachieved. I said they
They're the same
overachieved.
tier.
I said they
Oh,
overachieved.
yeah.
No, they're not the same team. My bar for the Pacers was conference semis. I said they overachieved and by making it to the conference finals. I think the Bucks at best is a conference finals team.
How do you look at it, leave?
What?
Wow.
What?
You got two players in the top 15. You got.
Dame Lillard's not top 15.
he's not top 15.
He's not top 15. He's not 15.
I bet you next year he will.
No.
It don't matter.
No.
He's not top 15.
No.
He had a bad season because he didn't prepare.
It's okay. We're talking
for the
about barely numbers. He's
Y'all want to
top.
argue
He's
against
top
Jaylen
20.
Brown being top 15. Now, last time when we did our list, we definitely did not mention Damian Lillard.
Yes, he's not top 15.
No.
But still, the Bucks are a contender for a championship because they have Giannis.
And Dame.
Yes, and Dame plays a part, but Giannis, if you have a top 5 player in the world,
You always have a chance. You always have a chance. So I'm not saying it's not a 0% chance.
Chris Middleton.
you said their ceiling is conference final.
Yes. Yes. But
But when you have a top 5 player, the ceiling is what?
okay. Your ceiling's
It's the
no.
championship.
Your potential is always. But you do not. So like the Mavericks, I would have never have guessed the Mavericks were gonna make the finals. I would have never have guessed that. But when you have a top 5 talent, you always have the potential to get there.
Is Luka top 5?
Don't do that. Don't. We're not even having that conversation. That's crazy.
You questioned it?
Right.
I'm just throwing the question out there. Is
No,
Luka
we ain't got
top
enough time
five?
for that
Yes.
conversation. We ain't got enough time for that conversation. But what
He's
I'm-
not top.
No.
Oh,
But
We'll talk about this next week. We'll talk about this next week.
but I think
he's not top.
I think that
Top 10 players in the NBA coming
Between-
next week.
between Giannis, Dame Leonard, and Chris Middleton, they can make conference finals. I do not think the rest of that team around them can get them there. I think Brook Lopez is on his last legs.
That's true.
Bobby Portis is probably on his last legs.
If this team takes enough ibuprofen,
This team can
There's
win
zero young talent.
a championship.
They will compete with the Boston Celtics next year in the playoffs.
They may be old.
They will compete.
They would lose in 6.
They will compete.
Okay,
They will compete.
But their
And
ceiling
when-
is it. Their ceiling is that. The ceiling can't be the conference finals. Because if it's the conference finals,
It
they're
can't
not doing this.
That's my point. I think it's the money part, the health of these guys. It is over with this iteration. You can't make this work. I don't
The
see.
Warriors are over.
Okay. All right.
The Bucks aren't over. Okay, let's go.
I just don't think Damian Lillard's I don't think Damian Lillard and Chris Middleton are the guys that's going to get Giannis' next championship.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and pivot off to Jordan doing some draft comparisons.
All right, y'all. 2024 draft. It's coming up in 2 weeks. And I got some of the guys who are top 20-ish players in the NBA draft. And I'm going to give you a blind ranking. So I'm going to give you a description, how they play. I'm also going to give you 2 comparisons. One's going to be somewhat their floor. Some floor they're going to be higher. But it's people that I can compare them to besides them being bench warmers, really. And then you're going to have really good players on the top end. All right? All right. First player. He's 6'8", 204. He's an off-ball shot maker. He's an athlete in the full court. He's a plug-and-play player. His ceiling is Tobias Harris, and his floor is Harrison Barnes. Now remember, none of these guys in this draft are projected to be these all-star type of players.
Okay. All right. Hold on. 6'8", 204.
6'8", 204.
And
He's
he's
an
off the ball
off-ball
scorer or shot maker.
It's a
Shots
Tobias
made.
Harris throws it off for me.
Because you said off
There's
the
a
ball.
couple guys I can think of, but like Tobias Harris is just a weird.
He's off the ball. Does he
It
put the
gives
ball
me no
on the
hint
floor?
about playmaking. Like that's
He does a little bit of playmaking, but it's not too much.
Can he
6'8"?
Huh?
6'8".
6'8".
Can he
6'8".
shoot?
He can't shoot.
Is it Ron?
But, huh?
Is it Ron Holland?
No.
No. That's what threw me off. With I was like 16. I was like, okay, cool, all right, okay. You have the time around. And then you said Tobias. I was like, oh.
So he shoots more than he attacks, correct?
Yeah, but he's so much better. He's a pretty good. He's a glue guy, basically. He's gonna help the team get better, but he's not gonna be the main.
So how many hints do we get?
He's 4.
That's how many hints do we get? Like how many guesses? My fault.
No. Okay.
I think
How
it's
many
chances
guesses
to
you
make-
get?
You get 3?
2.
Two. No.
There's
It's
one
fine,
for
it's
each.
fine.
Okay,
One
2
for each.
guesses.
One for each.
All right, we gotta think about it though. We gotta think hard.
2.
Okay, who are you thinking?
I gave you a big hint.
What's the big hint?
4.
He's 4.
Oh, Montes? No,
You Are you being for real?
Okay.
Are you being for real?
That was the name that's been in my head. I'm just like, okay.
It's hold on. It's that one guy who no.
You were bad.
It's that one guy, light skin.
Kevin's right.
Oh, the French one?
He's
Yeah.
I can't think of the
I
name.
told her.
I can't think of the name.
Yes.
Golly.
I can't do
You
the
just said
We
it.
just said his name right.
Yes, you
Light
just
skin
said it.
with a little mohawk box type. He worked out with Atlanta.
Starts with a
Wait, you know who you're talking about?
Yes, Zachary Risha.
Yeah,
Yes, it's a star.
okay,
Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever. That was horrible. You guys suck.
Brandon.
I wasn't expecting number 1 pick to be compared to Tobias Harris. I was like,
Yes. This is so
like,
bad.
golly.
All right. On to the next.
Like, I'm out
one.
here thinking mid-late lottery. I'm like, all right, cool.
All right. This guy's 7 foot 230. So center. Above average athlete, long wingspan, surprisingly decent 3-point shooter. He's an effective pick and roll screener and pop player.
I got somebody I'm thinking of.
And he's a pretty good offensive
defender or a defense defender in the pick and roll, either drop or press coverage.
Like where?
Yeah, I think Kelware.
His two comparisons are Brooke Lopez and Derek Lively.
Where?
Kelware? Yeah.
So where?
Yeah.
Nice one. Yep. It's only a handful of centers. So.
Right.
Obviously, the Laker boys would know who that is because that's
the Brooke
that's
Lopez comparison is a little bit reaching. But
Yeah.
that's their ceiling. That's right. It's the
Well, I
ceiling.
can see like the New Jersey Nets.
I couldn't even see that. I can't see that.
Because he didn't shoot threes. Who's a lot of rim protecting.
Right, but he can shoot some threes. He hits.
I think Brooke
I watched.
with the Lakers.
I was
had
forced to watch IU. He can shoot a little bit.
I think Brooke with Lakers.
All right.
I think that was.
I mean, they ain't gonna just cut it
Like
off.
there was still like significant close play, and he started getting out to the three, but it wasn't significant.
All right.
All right, that's cool.
6'2", 182, elite shooter, has good passing and intangibles. He's limited off the dribble, and he's a positive defender.
This one's easy.
You want to
His ceiling is Derek White. His floor is Jalen Suggs. We're talking about young Jalen Suggs.
Say it again. What's the comparison?
Derek White
and Suggs.
and Jalen Suggs.
Is the floor?
Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
like that's,
Okay.
like I said, I can't go bad. Like I'm not gonna talk about Chris Dunn.
Right.
You're right. Right. I'm not
Right.
gonna say Chris Dunn.
Right. Okay. Reed Shepard.
It's Reed Shepard.
I don't like that comparison.
Why not?
I like it.
Derek White. And
All
Derek
right.
White at least, yeah.
I like Derek
The
White.
Jalen Suggs threw that off.
That's what I'm saying. But he's Derek White. Jalen Suggs
Is explosive in ways.
in Wade, so is Reed.
Yeah.
He can play.
Yeah, so it's the same.
Yeah.
In the open court, Reed can play explosive, grabbing steals, doing all that. Yeah, but Derek White is a better comparison.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. This dude, I didn't get this size. Okay. I'm gonna do the other dude. So he's 6'2", 203. He's a shooter with some off the dribble shot making. He's an effective, on ball screen situation. He's effective in on ball screen situations. His ceiling is Emmanuel Quickly. His floor is Seth Curry.
I like Jerry McCain.
Adam Carter.
No,
Brandon doesn't watch basketball.
this is Jerry.
Okay.
This is Jerry.
It's Jared McCain.
Okay.
It's Jared McCain.
No, exceptional
You said
shooter.
Devin Carter?
He don't.
I don't know shooting splits like that, but like other parts of it, like look, the comparisons are throwing me.
Carter's
off.
more of a defender.
Yes, but
I mean, Quickly's not. Don't shake your. All right, next person.
well,
Alright.
I'm not saying like I don't know. These comparisons are throwing me off.
Don't
Again,
worry
next
too much
Yeah,
about
don't worry about
comparisons.
yeah.
Worry about
I'm
the
trying to
detail.
figure out
Right.
the comparison.
Alright, this
Okay.
next guy, 7'2", 280. Massive interior presence. Who
That's too easy, Jordan.
huh?
That's too easy.
Who projects as a post threat on offense and a paint protector on defense.
That's all he can do.
You got Rudy Gobert as the ceiling and Roy Hibbert as the floor.
That's disrespectful.
Oh, Harry, yeah.
That's so disrespectful.
Go ahead.
That's Zach Edey, but that's extremely disrespectful to say Roy Hibbert is.
Alex, my fault. Alex. You said Zachy.
How tall is that kid?
He's 7'4", 7'5".
Oh, right.
Alex Sarr.
Alex Sarr is
You got her both wrong.
who?
That's Donovan Clingan from UConn.
I should have guessed that.
That's so
on me.
bad.
That's on me. That was on me. I should have guessed that.
Yes.
You said Zachy. Yeah, that's bad.
Zacky's bad.
I should have guessed. I should have
What's
guessed.
Yes.
Have I seen the? Again,
No,
no.
no.
Comparison.
First thing, Alex Sarr is not 280.
I didn't hear the 280 part.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
I didn't hear the all
As soon as Brennan saw 280, he's like, that's Zach
yeah.
I just got the height and I just went right to it. I didn't think. I should have guessed.
It's
Okay.
Donovan Clingan.
Mm.
Well,
Okay.
not too bad. I got
Well, we got what 2, 3.
We'll do better. That's
We got it. We got it.
that's not too bad.
We got
Not too
time. We
bad.
got time. We got time.